Bliss, bliss, bliss. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello, bliss. Welcome as you all join. Rissa Vibes here, aka Readings by Rissa. So excited to connect with you as always. Today is another Sunday where we connect right here on my YouTube channel, the YouTube channel that we all connect to. And this is where I do my live weekly readings at 1:11 p.m. Central Time every single Sunday. So as you all join and get connected to your own comfort, relaxing into your vibration, relaxing into this Sunday energy, as I just prepare us all for this reading. It's going to be such a good reading. We are going to cover all of the energy, the spirit messages, and the astrology of this week to come. May 3rd to May 10th. We're in a brand new month now, the month of the Ace of Air card from our annual card reading in the beginning of the year, really signifying our liberation, our ability to be unique and to be free in our own energy, and to be inspired and to grow spiritually and to activate spiritually our own unique gifts and talents so that we can serve the world and be in our light body as light workers. So really exciting energy this week. And of course, we also have a full moon in Scorpio this week on May 7th. So we're going to be talking about all of the spiritual and astrological influences of that this week as well. So we have a lot to cover, lots of exciting things to go over. And as you all join here, feel free to comment on where you're joining from and how you're feeling today. Super exciting. And I have some exciting news with the channel. So I'll be sharing that as well probably in a little bit, probably towards the end of the reading. So lots of fun things and some announcements at the end of the reading as well for future events coming up and other exciting things to share. So I cannot wait to get into it. Let me know how you're doing today. And as you do, let's take a couple deep breaths as a collective, just setting an intention for our session today, for our reading, allowing us to connect to our mind, our body, our spirit, and to find harmony with Source in that connection so that we can all use our intuition as a collective to tap into the energy of this week to come. So let's take a couple deep breaths, just breathing on your own. Just relaxing into your vibration, releasing any tension from your body, breathing deeply, connecting with your breath, knowing that the breath is the life force energy within you, and that it is lighting you up from within as you breathe that vital energy into your body, relaxing tension and distractions, breathing that energy into your heart space, releasing any tension, any stress, any worry, any heaviness in the heart, just letting it go. You can even imagine a golden white light of Source as you breathe in that light into the heart to further cleanse the heart and release any tension. And then also breathing into the mind, activating our pineal gland and our pituitary gland, our intuitive glands, and allowing for any stress, any worry, any concern, any overthinking to just clear from our mind in this moment. Breathing deeply that golden white light into the mind, into the head space, allowing it to ignite your intuition and release any thoughts that do not serve you at this time. Quieting the mind and bringing you more into your spirit. You can even take a couple deep breaths up the spine with the inhale and down the spine with the exhale throughout this reading, just to activate the channels of your energy, because the energetics within us are shifting. Our channels of energy, the pathways in which we receive Source energy, are opening up. And this is a really exciting time to be alive and to deliberately feel into that. So if you get a calling anytime throughout this reading where something's really resonating with you, or you just feel like you can really feel the energy, consciously breathe up and down the spine. Breathe in that energy that you're feeling. Breathe in that resonance. Because as you do, you're influencing your vibration. You're allowing the shift of energy to raise your vibration into a more aligned perspective, into even more alignment with the message as well, and embodiment with the message as well, so you can take that into your week. And that's why I do this. That's why I get on here every week with you all and share the messages that I receive, because it's so important that we all allow that channel of energy to flow through us, and that we share and support each other in what we receive, in what we learn, and what we intuit. And so I am an intuitive coach and an intuitive professionally. So if this is your first time joining for these readings, thank you for joining and welcome. And if you ever are interested in a one-on-one session, whether you're new or a veteran to these readings, feel free to reach out to me. I always put my contact information in the description. And I've continued to do that over several readings, so you can always go back to other readings and check that out as well. And I like to start the readings with a little review of last week, so let's do that. Last week's cards, we had the dreams card in the beginning of the week letting us know that dreams are really activating our intuition right now, that we're really receiving a lot of spiritual messages and significance and symbolism in our dreams, and that our dreams are important to pay attention to, not just our dreams when we're sleeping, but also our dreams in our ambitions and our goals in our life and our purpose as well, that we want to really take a extra consciousness, put extra attention on our dreams. Then the middle of the week card last week was a child's love, encouraging us to feel into our children if we have them. I don't have any children, but I feel like, I have a lot of energetic children all around the world, as I am a nurturing, mothering energy to many of my clients and audience, and also friends and family. And so this energy of a child's love, this ability to receive the love from those that you care for, those that look up to you, those that seek guidance from you, those that you protect, and being able to receive that love, and also tapping into your own inner child's love, your own inner way of expressing that innocence, that curiosity, that adventure of children, of your inner child's energy. And then the end of the week card last week was focus. And so we're still feeling that energy this weekend, allowing us to focus more deliberately on things that are important for us as we progress in our success and our abundance and our goals, our projects, our creativity, and allowing us also to focus on what's real, focus on what's natural. I posted a channeled message from the Arcturian Council yesterday, and they were talking about a return to what is natural, and how we as a society, we as a generation and a civilization in this phase of time that we've been in, have really taken a break from nature. We've separated ourselves from nature, and how important it is to refocus on that, refocus on what's natural and return to it. And I think that also goes into refocusing on what is real and what is true. And that's what we're going to get into this week with the energy and the messages. So let's get into it now. I want to ring the bells real quick just to add a little bit of that intention. We're calling in our higher selves. We're calling in the ascended masters of love and light and high vibration. We're calling in the angels and archangels of love and light and high vibration. We're calling in source. We're calling in our ancestors who are healed and ready to give us guidance of love and light and high vibration. And we're calling in our extraterrestrial guides and interdimensional guides of love and light vibration and high vibration, who wish to assist us in this session, in this reading, and bring us even more clarity, even more guidance for our week to come, May 3rd, 2020 to May 10th, 2020. So as I ring the bells, just feel the frequency, tuning to the frequency of our intention. Breathing it in, exhaling, relaxing into that vibration. I really like to play with vibration lately. This week has been really high in energy and frequency. And my guides, especially my galactic guides like the Arcturian Council, have been really focusing on bringing more frequency and more attention to frequency into my life. And so I'm bringing that all to you by ringing the bell, ringing the crystal bowl. Because when we set the intention and then we ring the bowl, we allow the vibration of our intention to sing through the bowl as we play it, as I play it for us all. And that vibration ricochets, it ripples into the world. And it's like a call. It's like a sounding call to our guides. I called in all of our guides, and then I set the intention, and then I rang the crystal bowl, and that vibration not only resonates through the world as we receive information from the mass consciousness and the energy we're reading, but also calling into the higher realms that guidance, that energy with the vibration of the singing bowl. So just to give you an understanding of why I do what I do, so that you can also do this at home whenever you're wanting to pull cards or connect to your spirit guides as well, because we're all intuitive, and that's a big part of what I teach here, is that just as much as I'm able to tap into the energy and read it every week for you, you are as well. And the more you tune into these readings, and the more you stay in that vibration of paying attention to the energy, the more intuitive you will become. And that's why it's also important for me to show up every week for you and help you activate this energy within yourself as well. Thank you, Phil. Yes, 528 hertz, good vibration for healing your DNA. Yes, absolutely. I love 528. I also like 741, and I think 932 is another good one, or 972. I can't remember. Hedwig's here. Hey, Hedwig, good to see you. Linda's here. Marie's here. Good to see you all. PJ as well. Nikki's here. Hi, my dear. Anita is here as well. Hilaire is here. Hey, good to see you, Hilaire. All right, everybody's here. So excited. Let's see. Thank you for the compliment on my top, Linda. I love that. Yeah, it's not new. I actually wore this in a music video. One of my first ones, Jump. So you might recognize it from that, but I really do like this shirt. So thank you for the compliment. All right, let's go ahead and get ready for these spirit messages. I am so excited. Let's start with these spirit messages. These are the messages I receive from my downloads, my meditations, my guides when they come to me in connection and let me know what's coming up for our week. So 5/3 to 5/10, May 3rd to May 10th, this week, we are getting into first returning to what is natural. Returning to nature, abandoning the inauthentic. Like I said, I posted that channeled message from the Arcturian Council yesterday, so definitely go check that out, because you'll get a lot of activations vibrationally from that message, and also just in your consciousness as you listen to the messages. And so we are returning to nature, and you notice as the restrictions are starting to lift across the country and across the world in certain areas, many people are going straight to the parks. They're going straight to the hiking trails. They're going straight to the forests. They're really feeling that need to connect to nature, and I think that's beautiful. I also think it's important to make sure that you still stay safe, that you don't take off the mask and just completely abandon all protective protocol, because our defenses energetically still need to be up, and physically. If you feel like your energetic defenses are up and they're strong, then, take it on your own accord. If you feel like you don't need a mask, fine. But I will say that it's important to protect the physical body, the mental body, the emotional body, the heart, and the spiritual body. And so when we have our defenses up energetically and spiritually, that's one thing. But sometimes we also have to have our defenses up physically, right? Because our bodies are they have limitation. Our spirit doesn't have limitation, but our bodies do. And so we want to really make sure we're protecting ourselves and protecting others, and also making sure that we're returning to what is really natural within us, which is our intuition. So using your intuition, using your natural innate intelligence within on discerning what actions to take with these restrictions lifting. What things to do, what activities feel safe to you, what feels good, and what feels like it's still a little choppy, like you shouldn't go expose yourself to all of that. So use your discernment, making sure that people are noticing each other, because I think that a lot of times we get really blindsided, we get really blinded, and we have our blinders on to our own experience. But I think it's important to also pay attention to other people. And so, when it comes to the masks, when it comes to the protocol, it's really about protecting yourself and protecting others, because some people are really careless. Some people aren't washing their hands. Some people aren't doing what they need to do. Some people aren't even knowing what to do, and they're still going out and participating in things. And so you want to protect yourself from those types of people. So sometimes wearing the mask can be helpful, or making sure you wash your hands, or just staying away. But then also, we want to make sure we're protecting other people too. And so if we felt exposed or if we felt like we've done anything, we want to really make sure that we don't, expose somebody older or children or anyone at risk, and just making sure we're being responsible, really. But essentially, the message isn't really much about responsibility. That's not what I want to get into. I can get on a tangent about that another time. But what I really want to talk about is returning to what's natural, using your intuition, making sure that you are connecting to the earth and you are connecting to fresh air. And sometimes that just means going on your balcony. I've been working from home since I started my work, but I was working on my balcony the other day and it felt so nice to still social distance, but be able to be outside. And so there's so many ways that we can be creative in that and return to nature, return to what's natural, and return to what's true. Okay, that's the other side of this message, is that there's a lot of delusion, there's a lot of deception, there's a lot of illusion still floating around, if not more than ever now, because of the way in which the media is being so centrally focused on, and news and the government. There's still a lot of things that they're not telling us the truth on. There's still a lot of things they're covering up, and there's still a lot of things we don't know fully. We just found out that, I'm going to say quotes because, like I said, a lot of this news can be really deceptive. But I was, listening to some of it today to feel into what's real and what's not. And I can already see that there's a lot of contrast and paranoia about who's being honest with who in regards to country involvement and communication of different countries. So, the US is upset at China because they feel that China did not, let us know enough about the virus before it got to us, and all of these things. So lots of, disagreements on disclosure. Lots of disclosure still hasn't been received and revealed. Just a lot of unnatural storylines being told, unnatural common sense, like things that are just totally not common sense that are being told for us to do. Just a lot of misinformation. And so we want to return to our nature. We want to return to what makes sense naturally. We want to return to our common sense, which is natural. We don't want to just believe whatever fabricated story is being told to us. We want to do our research. We want to trust ourselves and our intuition. We want to return to what we know is natural within ourselves as far as our essence and our ability to be our true self. So a lot of that is so important, and we want to just overall abandon the inauthentic. And that's a big push this week on a mass consciousness level. Now, on a little bit more of a tribe level, on a luminary level, I've been noticing in my readings lately that a lot of people have been interested in past life readings, and also mediumship, which I think is cool too. But specifically, the past life readings have been interesting because the people that have been coming to me for past life readings have felt this deep call within their spirit to get these readings, to discover more about their past lives and to really understand about the significance of that it has on their life now. And that's exactly what past life readings do, so it can be really effective. But what was even more interesting as I was doing these readings was that a lot of these clients that were coming to me had lives in the past where they were explorers, where they were pioneers of some kind, where they were able to make big impacts in industries of uncharted territory. And this is a really powerful message that I'm going to talk more about on my IG this week. I'm probably going to post a video about it sometime this week. But this idea of exploring uncharted territory has been a theme in these past lives. And the way in which it's been coming up for people in these sessions is that they are needing to heal the parts of themselves that have been hesitant or resistant to being as explorative in this life as they were in past lives, because maybe they were in a dangerous situation before, or they had gotten harmed or betrayed, or something negative had happened that traumatized them from past lives. And so this is this energy of healing that. And when we heal those energies, it's permission from spirit to be free from the limitations of those thought patterns or those beliefs or those traumas that have held us back. And so in this theme, and reading the theme of this throughout the past life readings I've been doing lately, I'm noticing that it's time for us to let our inner explorer out. and to let ourselves really fully feel brave and confident and courageous in exploring uncharted territory and being proud of our ability to use our unique interests, our unique gifts, and our unique talents to explore the uncharted territories of those areas that we're called to. Because there's a lot of innovation that is ready to be had in the world right now. There's a lot of new wisdom, new information, new projects, new technology, new services that can service the world and help the world in a big way. And it's our job as explorers, whether you've had a past life as an explorer, whether you're conscious of it or not, you have an inner explorer within you. And it's time for you to let it out so that we can do our work to explore these uncharted territories and fearlessly bring forth new information, new truth that can help the world in a positive way. And so let your inner explorer shine. Let your inner explorer start to discover new things, research, study, lots of energy for that this week. And we'll talk a little bit more about what's supporting that as well. Next spirit message is about our unicorn vibes. I talked about this last week. Really paying attention to the ways in which you are unique and allowing that to shine, not comparing yourself to others, not letting yourself get down on self-worth or self-value or self-esteem, allowing yourself to feel really strong in your gifts and talents and no longer doubt or judge them, but instead let them shine, embrace them, and give them to the world. Really, really powerful to do that all of May as we integrate this energy of the unicorn of air, this ace of air energy from the annual reading, and that liberation of being our true self. So let yourself be you. You are you, and you are a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy, and you are so unique. There's no one in the world like you, and you are meant to show the world what unique attributes you have been birthed and created to bring to this world. So really exciting to do that and to feel more into that, and just let yourself explore and reflect on what makes you unique and what you like to do and what you are interested in that most people aren't, and why, and what passions you have, and what unique ways you approach certain things and problem solve and perceive things. Such a powerful thing. And we're going to dive more into this on the free Master Your Mindset event that I'm hosting next Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. Pacific time. So if you're interested in that Master Your Mindset event, it is free and it is next Sunday. So make sure to join. You can click the link in the description of last week's reading, or I'll also post it after I upload this week's reading. So you can sign up. It's going to be a really, really great event. We're going to be talking about how to feel into more of your uniqueness and how to enjoy that, and how to master the mindset around harboring that uniqueness and feeling confident in it versus feeling, less than, or comparing yourself or having other limiting thoughts that can get in the way. So it's going to be really fun. But as we move into this week, we're also going to, like I said, focus on what feels good to ourselves and our intuition. That's going to be how we discern. So going back to a little bit about and I'm sorry if I'm bouncing around here a little bit, but it's just kind of the way the messages came up. But going back a little bit to returning to what is natural and to releasing inauthenticity. We also want to focus on what is real, and we want to use our discernment, our intuition to filter that. So we do that by noticing what feels good, as in not necessarily the news maybe feeling good, because sometimes we'll notice that there's a truth in something that doesn't really feel great, but is necessary for us to understand. But what I'm saying is really using the discernment of your intuition by noticing how your heart feels when you receive the information, or your mind, because we have a lot of energy, intuitive energy in our mind with our pituitary gland and our pineal gland, and our heart within our just conscious electromagnetic field of our heart space. And so that intuitive aspects of us are going to let us know what's true and what's real when we hear it and when we feel it. So you'll notice when you hear truth, your heart relaxes, it opens up, it feels a sense of relief, a sense of acceptance. And when your heart hears not truth, false statements or lies or illusion or deception, your heart is going to contract. It's going to feel tense, it's going to feel withdrawn, it's going to feel in disagreement to that. So notice what resonates and what doesn't resonate. That's what I'm really talking about here, because when you feel the resonance of something, that's letting you know that, okay, yes, this feels true, this feels real. If you don't feel a resonance with something, it's most likely not true or not real for you to focus on. So that's going to be how you discern and navigate your focus throughout this week. And you want to notice that if something you hear or feel doesn't feel resonant, that's your inner being telling you that something is not right. Something is off here. There needs to be a shift. And so that's another way of noticing that energy. And you can dive a little deeper from that and explore it and kind of feel into what else is true and not from just that discernment. And so you can really gain a lot of wisdom and understanding from that. I also think it's interesting because there's 17 people watching and 7 people that have liked. So we've got a 717 code or 177 code right now, which is really powerful, aligning with this heavenly intuitive aspect of ourselves, okay? The next big message is the restrictions lifting. Like I said, be cautious. But also that I'm feeling a lot of energy. This morning I woke up with this really heavy energy in my heart, and I asked my guides, where is this coming from? What is it? And I always end up feeling the mass consciousness on Sunday AMs now, because it's like my guides and spirit just knows that I'm coming to you all with messages about the week. And so now my intuition is really on this clock where I'm feeling the mass consciousness every Sunday morning when I wake up. And so I felt this heaviness, this sadness, this grief, this heartbreak, anger, frustration, anguish, contrast, and urgency is what I felt this morning. And this is the mass consciousness, but this is something in the mass consciousness that is creating this energy. And what I asked about from my guides was, what is it? What is this that I'm feeling? Because a lot of people, on the surface, it seems like people are happy. The restrictions are starting to lift. People are going out a little bit more. People have kind of adapted to the quarantine. It seems like people are still not happy with it, but they're not that upset. And my guides brought me a few articles about the famine that is hitting the world right now in India and Africa and sweeping in other areas all over the world, where this virus has really hit the economy systems of these countries and these impoverished places. And there is such hunger, such famine, such desperation. I mean, there's people that haven't eaten for days, kids that haven't eaten for days. And of course we know this because hunger has been an issue in our planet for so many years, so many centuries, but this is a new type of famine that we haven't seen in the world, where there's just a heightened vibration of it, a heightened desperation for food. And so sending love and light to those in the world right now who are hungry, who are starving, who are experiencing this famine, the children, the elders, the hard workers, the families, the parents, the people, and the people who are alone, the people who are in this struggle on their own. Just really sending love and light to them, sending nourishment to their bodies through light, through vibration, sending support of the higher realms to these people who need it so much. And allowing us to share in that awareness and that energy allows us to pray, allows us to call forth the light, allows us to send light to those areas. And it allows us to remember how fortunate we are, and also allows us to recognize that this situation with the virus is not over. There's still a lot of ricochet from what this virus caused that is going to continue to unfold throughout this year, that is going to show us very clearly what systems are not working and what things need to be put in place to help people sustain and be nourished, and what's real and what's natural in the world, which right now what is real and natural in the world is hunger and starvation and famine. And we need to recognize these areas. We're releasing this blind enthusiasm that we've had for some time, this mask over our eyes, or this blindfold that we've had, that we haven't really, we've known about hunger, we've known about issues, but we haven't really put a lot of energy into it because it's not our problem, right? Well, it is our problem now, and it has been our problem for some time. And all of this energy, all of this heaviness, all of this contrast under the surface is bubbling up. And we're going to see it bubbling up throughout the year. So pay attention to that. I still feel like there's something coming in September that's really big, that's going to jar us, that's going to shake things up. It's not going to feel great. It's not going to be awesome, but we're going to get through it. And so that's why I want to make sure, you stay cautious. Don't put your defenses down. Stay intuitive. Stay connected to your high vibration. Keep your defenses high, because this is not over. And you don't want to be one of the people that think it's over and then get blindsided by something. So just notice that. I've also been hearing from some of my intuitive friends as well that June, there may be something happening in June that's going to be a big shift as well. So just paying attention to this and sending love and light to the energies that are the people and the souls that are experiencing heartbreak and anger and deception, anguish, frustration, sadness, all of this in the mass consciousness. That contrast building. And I feel like it's a contrast also building with disagreements towards the government and also between certain countries. So just pay attention to this without being consumed by it or influenced by it. Don't let your intuition get influenced by it. Don't let your vibration get influenced by it, but just pay attention, because we have to be smart. We have to know about these things so that we can make sure we do our part to counteract whatever energy we're feeling, sending love where we know we need to send it, sending light where we know we need to send it, because we are healers. We are luminaries. We are supposed to do this. We are supposed to rise to the occasion of sending light to where light is needed. So that's why it's so important to connect on this web of light community as we are, and to be able to share this information. So also keep looking at the positives, because there are still a lot of positives with all of this. Even things with the famine and the hunger, it's horrible, tragic, absolutely not what we would want to happen. But this increase of awareness of it is allowing us to see it more clearly, which is allowing us to start to create and imagine and innovate new ways to fix the problem. And that's a big help. That's a big positive, okay? And we're in the energy between worlds right now. This is a powerful energy. We're in between what we were used to, the old paradigm from 2019, and we're also kind of not all the way in the new paradigm. So we're in between worlds, and we're in between worlds on a mass consciousness level, but we're also in between worlds personally. So if you feel like a big shift is happening in your life, but you're feeling a little stagnant, a little stuck, a little uninspired, a little confused, know that it's okay. It's totally okay, because you're in between worlds. Everybody is right now. And this is just the way it is, but we're moving through it. And the more you can feel into the subtle energies around you that are giving you little clues on what to do next or what not to do next, then you're doing your job. So just keep paying attention to those subtle energies. Keep purposefully meditating and connecting to source so that you can activate more of your ability to feel those subtle energies. And relax and know that when it's time to move, you'll know it and you'll feel it. And you won't have a choice. So trust that, because the in-between worlds aspect is a very irritating energy to be in sometimes. And so it can be very uncomfortable to sit still or to be stagnant or to just not know what to do. But we have been having a lot more inspiration, and this full moon in Scorpio is going to help us a bit in kind of establishing more understanding of what to do next and more understanding of our intuition in moving forward in that way. So let's get into the full moon in just a second. I'm almost there. Last little part here that I'm going to go over with the spirit messages before we get into the astrology is that perspective is everything, and that we really want to use our perspectives to our advantage. So making sure that you're using the power of your mind to your advantage, thinking positively, staying focused on what feels good, self-care, getting enough rest, getting enough just peace in general, making sure you're taking time to create peace in your life. And this will help your perspective. This will help you really establish a positive perspective so that you can master your mindset this week and throughout this month. So again, there'll be tons of opportunities, tons of tools, tons of practices that we're going to do together during this Master Your Mindset event next Sunday. So I really encourage you to join. It's a completely free event, and I just felt so called to share it. And my guides have been so great in giving me so much information and so many tools to share with you all for that event. So definitely, if you're interested, click the link in the description and sign up for that free event. It's going to be amazing. And then the last message here before we get into astrology is Edgar Cayce. How many of you have heard of Edgar Cayce? Comment, and let me know if you've heard of him. He is known as the Sleeping Prophet, and he's no longer with us. He's passed away quite a while ago, but he is one of the most prolific intuitives that we've seen in our day over the last several years and centuries. Or not centuries, decades, I should say. And so I was doing a little research on Edgar Cayce because I was feeling his energy lately, really supporting the mass consciousness. And I landed on some of his predictions for 2020. And I'm just going to read a couple of them, and I think that you should all do your own research as well and dive into some of his intuition and his channelings. But he made the prediction that the U.S. territory will be shaken by many volcanoes and earthquakes this year, and that could change the climate and the landscapes in a big way. He also said that China will wake up right around 2020, and that there would be an eruption of Yellowstone, where the animals will start to leave, and then we'll know that the eruption of Yellowstone is going to happen soon. And it's interesting because, like I said, last week and the week before, I think I did too, I've been feeling a really strong energy with Yellowstone, and I got the message about it last year that it was going to maybe be an issue soon. And now lately I've been feeling it extra heavy, extra strong. And I was doing some research on Yellowstone recently, and it is in fact showing a lot of changes underneath the surface. A lot of mini eruptions are happening. A lot of spikes in energy under the surface are happening. And a lot of the animals are leaving as well, which signifies that an eruption is on its way, that we're on the verge of the eruption. So just paying attention to that, really interesting. I think it's so important that we listen to the prophets, the intuitives, the channels before our time that have predicted a lot of the things that we're going through, so that we can stay ahead of it and stay aware as we use our own intuition in the present moment also. So just something to kind of check out and look into. And I think that's everything that I have for spirit messages. So we are ready to get into the astrology. And really most of the astrology is based in the full moon in Scorpio. But before we get into that, let me just go over a couple of the other smaller influences of this week. On Monday, which is tomorrow, May 4th, we're going to have a lot of transformative manifestation power, where we're going to notice that our manifestations are shifting in a powerful way. And we're going to kind of notice that we're able to clear challenges or chaos in our manifestation. Anything that's been out of whack or anything that's been off in our manifestation or been a roadblock is going to start to lift tomorrow, which is going to be great. And the Sun conjuncts Mercury tomorrow, which means that we're going to be communicating really well and actively. And that's going to help us as we move forward as well. And then on the 10th of May, which is next Sunday, we're going to also have even more manifestation power. So we're starting the energy tomorrow with a lot of manifestation power and shifting, and then ending the week on Sunday with a lot of manifestation power and instant manifestation. So we're going to notice more lasting movement forward for our manifestations. And Mercury trines Jupiter next Sunday, which is going to give us more opportunity for positive thinking and forward thinking and planning, which is another great reason why the Master Your Mindset event is on Sunday. I actually didn't plan it that way, but I think it's really funny that the astrological influences are going to amp up our mind and our ability to think more forwardly and more positively and to plan better for our future. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing at that event. So that's going to be such a great way to activate that energy. And the Sun sextiles Neptune next Sunday as well, where we're going to feel more sensitive, more creative, and a bit more romantic as well with our energy. That higher mind, intuitive energy mixing with our action and our ability to express ourselves with that. All right, so let's get into the full moon in Scorpio. This is a Scorpio full moon. Super exciting to talk about this. We have this full moon in Scorpio on the 7th of May. This is going to be a really powerful energy. And there's a lot of sevens in this energy, okay? So we have May 7th, which is the day the full moon is happening. And then the Scorpio full moon itself is in Scorpio. The moon itself is in Scorpio 17 degrees, so another 7. And 7 is all about intuition, heavenly connection, source connection, and alignment to that. And so we're going to feel a lot of that energy expanding our intuition, our opening our channels of connection, and also really flowing a lot of abundance into our life. We also have a really strong vibration of abundance in this full moon in Scorpio. We're going to learn how to claim our domain, which is our true self, our true energy, our true experience, and our true essence. So again, kind of returning to nature in that way, returning to our true self by claiming it and by claiming our uniqueness, like we talked about with the May card. And so this full moon in Scorpio is going to help us with that, claiming our domain, claiming our lane, in our passions and our purpose and in our expression. And then it's also going to help us in claiming what we need, being really clear about what we need for our well-being, what we need for abundance. So this is going to be a really great week to get clear on what kind of abundance you want to bring into your life. Noticing what shifts have happened since the quarantine and with the virus. Has your finances taken a hit? Have your assets taken a hit? Have your connections with others taken a hit, or your gifts, or your business, whatever you feel into abundance wise, your food supply, your access to resources, and using that as a way to ask for what you need. Using that as a way to reevaluate the abundance you need to bring into your life and call into your life and source from your life, meaning calling source to provide what we need. So that's going to be a powerful energy. And the sun is opposite the moon. And the sun opposite the moon, of course, on a full moon. So we've got the sun, the Taurus sun, opposite to our Scorpio moon. And that energy is conjunct Mercury. And so it's going to add our strong focus because the Taurus energy is practical, it's grounded. The Scorpio energy is emotional and watery and flowing. And it's allowing us to have a balance in our focus that is staying rooted, but also passionately anchored in with that Scorpio moon. Now let's talk a little bit more about the Scorpio essence, okay? So Scorpio, like I said, is a water sign. And it's an interesting water sign. It's very emotional. Any water sign is going to be really in touch with its emotional body. But it also carries this essence of hiding its emotions or kind of being more secretive with what it feels. So sometimes we don't always know the Scorpio's intention or the Scorpio's energetic vibration at the time or mood. So this is going to mean that we may feel a little moody within ourselves this week, that we may have a hard time reading the moods of others, and that there may be some secretive, mysterious energy lurking in our life this week. This is going to also make us kind of emotional as well. And so we're going to notice that if we harbor emotion, if we hold emotion in, we're going to feel icky. We're going to feel stuck. We're going to feel tense. We want to let emotion out this week because the Scorpio has a tendency to harbor emotion, but it doesn't always work out for it. So you want to, and it also tends to avoid confrontation. These are more shadow aspects of the Scorpio. So we want to counter that by deliberately connecting and communicating with our emotions and not avoiding any confrontation when it comes to that. Scorpios are also highly intellectual, so they love to study, they love to learn new things, and they're really, really, really strong in their quest for truth. They always want to know the real truth, the real aspects of things. And that also attests to our return to nature, returning to what's real, focusing on what's real message of this week. So we really want to let that energy within us, the Scorpio energy, activate us in our quest for truth and our ability to study and learn new things. And then the Scorpio energy is also incredibly intuitive. It's got this ability to really connect to intuition and flow with intuition and to use its imagination to create new things, to innovate, and to navigate energy that it picks up on intuitively. So this full moon specifically has a trine with Neptune, the moon, and the sun And so that's going to help us become more spiritual, to really spiritualize nature as well, to spiritualize ourselves more, to connect more to source, to connect more to our love energy, and our intuitive gifts are going to be heightened this week as well. And again, another abundance energy with this as well, where we're going to notice that a lot of money that's been owed to us karmically or literally will be paid to us and provided to us. We're going to have more luck as well. We still have that Venus influence from the Taurus energy, the Taurus new moon. So we're going to have a lot of luck, abundance, and vibration in that way. So ask for what you need, ask for what you want, and let it come to you. Now, another aspect that I really want to go over with this full moon in Scorpio is that we are in a full moon. So when we're in a full moon, we are releasing things, we're letting go, we're noticing what needs to be released in our life. And so we've been feeling a lot of release for so long now. I'm sure we're all probably even tired of the word release at this point, but it's so necessary because the more we release, the more we open up to receiving. I talked about this a little bit last week. So making sure that you don't get annoyed or kind of tired of releasing, because it's still important and there's still stuff there to be released. So just allow it to happen until there's nothing else to release, which realistically there's always going to be something to release because we're always receiving things. So with that being said, and it being a full moon, and it being a full moon in Scorpio, expect purging. Expect some intense purging of energy, purging of emotions. I had a spiritual bath a couple days ago, and I had a huge energetic purge. It's totally not pretty. It's totally not comfortable, but it's also very, very satisfying. Crying in a big way, or even dry heaving energy. You can feel it like just coming out of your body. Just feeling big releases, big waves of energy. It can be uncomfortable, but it can also be deeply satisfying. So just breathe with it, let it happen, and explore it. Explore what's happening there. Explore it as a new sensation, maybe an uncharted territory for you to, just adventure in. So let that be an experience for you, and don't resist it, because it's going to be important for your ability to attract more abundance. So when we release those heavy emotions or those heavy mindsets or anything like that, we open up to receiving the abundance we're meant to have this week. And then finally, just a little reminder of the Pluto retrograde. It started on April 25th, and it's going to continue for 5.5 months. So about 5 more months now. And we really want to notice that there is going to be a lot of new subject matter, a lot of new wisdom coming forth from that Pluto retrograde as a result of the rebirth and with Pluto and the conjunction in the beginning of the year with that stellium in Capricorn. Now the Pluto retrograding brings us into a resurrection and a rebirthing from that kind of clearing and ending, because Pluto is the 9th planet, so it's got the energy of endings and completion, but it also has the energy of wisdom and rebirth. And so we were kind of feeling the endings happening in that stellium, that completion. And now that we're in this retrograde, Pluto is kind of moving in the opposite direction by helping us to rebirth ourselves and to reconnect with source as well. So lots of powerful energy there, lots of things to digest. Feel free to rewatch that portion of the reading as much as you feel you need to get all of the information and to integrate it all. I'll also be going live on Instagram on a few pages on Thursday for the full moon. So I know I'll be on Abundant Spaces Instagram for an Instagram takeover with a reading live for the full moon, so make sure to pay attention to that. And then I also will most likely be on the Forever Spiritual Instagram page. So just pay attention to my IG at Readings by Rissa, and you'll get all the updates on when I'm going live for a little reminder of this energy when it's time to tap back into it, okay? So with all of that being said, now it's our time to wrap it up with some deep breaths and card pulls for the energy of this week. So taking a couple deep breaths, just on your own, relaxing any tension, just allowing yourself to breathe and absorb all the messages that resonated with you thus far. Checking in with yourself on how this energy is feeling within you, how you're resonating to it. And just breathing as we set the intention to pull a card for the beginning of the week. Asking my guides and your guides as well of love and light vibration to assist us in receiving a message for the beginning of the week through these cards. Perfect. Middle of the week card is going to be the Healing of the Angels, Story and Virtue deck. Middle of the week guidance. Thank you. And then end of the week card, I'm feeling the Voyager deck. And then we'll also pull a moon and a crystal card since it's a moon week. And I have a couple announcements for you all as well. Lots of exciting announcements. So please stay tuned after the card reading for those announcements. You're not going to want to miss them. And I'll be quick with them as well. Just waiting for this end of the week card to show up. They're deciding. They're deciding. Oh, not yet. Lots of energy towards the end of the week. Some complexities showing up. There it is. Okay. And then we'll also pull a moon card, which I'm getting the Elements Tarot deck for the moon card. There it is. And finally, a crystal card. We got all the cards today, guys. Crystal card for... I'm just moving things around on my desk here. I have a small desk. I need a bigger desk. Crystal card for the moon. Wow, that's a pretty crystal. All right, let's see what we have. Card pull, beginning of the week, middle of the week, moon, end of the week, and crystal. Okay, beginning of the week, stand your ground. Stand your ground. Stand firm in what you know you are. Be in that natural essence of you. Be firm in that energy. Ground into nature. Return to nature. How powerful is this card? It says standing your ground is an empowering, confidence-building action to take from time to time. Now is the moment when you need to stand your ground. You know you can do it, and you know that by doing so, you'll be the victor. So stand your ground, and this may be standing your ground in quarantine. This may be standing your ground in who you know you are and what you serve the community with. This could be standing your ground in your perspectives and your decision on something and your discernment, your choices that you're making, your creativity, your ability to stand your ground in your self-worth and your self-value, and your ability to think positively. There's so many ways to stand your ground. So stand your ground this beginning of the week. It's going to be a really incredible energy that will help you to access more of your power in the middle of the week. By standing your ground, you're activating your soul power, you're activating your confidence, you're activating your solar plexus, your stay put energy, your ability to be disciplined and determined and powerful and strong in the middle of the week. And then the end of the week card. Oh, I love this card. It's one of my favorite cards, the Woman of Crystals card from the Voyager deck for the end of the week. And it is the Guardian. The Guardian is what this card is called. And so we're going to feel our energy, our intuitive defenses really show up for us towards the end of the week. We're going to feel ourselves become our own guardians and our own protection of energy as we keep our defenses up. And we're also going to feel our higher selves and our spirit guides guarding us, protecting us, helping us stay strong and stay in that positive energy in our light body. Really powerful card for the end of the week. And then the moon card, wow, so fun. The moon card for the Scorpio full moon, Queen of Water. Look at how beautiful this card is. Look how powerful she is. Regal, peaceful, strong, intuitive. The Queen of Water, being able to be strong in your emotions, being able to own your emotions, being able to know and accept and understand your emotional body and use it as you connect to your intuition to help you navigate through your experiences and keep that energy strong. Such a powerful divine feminine energy for the full moon, allowing us to emotionally purge with strength and with grace and with intuition and release those emotions that have been heavy and keeping us, holding us back. And then also that energy of intuition and water from the Scorpio. So, so powerful. And then our crystal to keep this energy going. Look at this crystal. Oh, can you see it? Yeah, look at this crystal. It's like all sorts of colors. You guys see that? Yeah. So pretty. It's like orange, red, yellow, green. Gorgeous crystal. I've never seen this crystal before. It's an Apophyllite. And it acts like a teleportation device to places transcendent, often sourced from enchanted India, birthplace of Tantra, yoga, Nagchapa. Apophyllite clears skepticism, cynicism, and logic from the spiritual path. Anyone looking for that ray of light from on high to hit them with something good is who needs this crystal. And you can put it wherever you practice religion, meditate, channel, or pray. Apophyllite. And it's good to use it when the spiritual life feels like a moving target, when you feel skeptical about your true purpose on earth, or when you feel like your yeah, but thoughts are dishonoring your innermost you. So beam yourself up with this crystal. Yes, I will spell it. It's Apophyllite. Apophyllite. And I will also put the spelling in the description of this video when I post the description when I upload this video. It takes a few moments, probably about 20 to 30 minutes for the upload to upload on the video. But lately, you guys, my YouTube uploads have taken even longer, like almost a couple hours, which is really crazy, which is why I've been shifting into a new software and into a new setup for these readings so that I can bring the best quality. And I'm so grateful to all of you because I did get a couple of donations to help with the software. So I'm going to be able to purchase the software soon. The only thing I still need is a microphone for my camera. And I've got one in mind that is going to work for not just my camera, but also for a podcast and a couple interview things that I want to do and add to this channel that I'm going to start. So if anybody wants to donate towards that, I would love that because all of this equipment and all these things that I do to make sure these readings are, at their best quality, come out of my pocket. So, and since I do these readings for free, sometimes it's hard to get all the finances available for it, but Spirit always provides, which is great. And I know that especially with this full moon, there's so much abundance available for us all, me included, with this equipment. But if you feel like donating towards the microphone for the camera, or anything else that I need for these readings to continue and for this content to keep coming, please feel free to donate. Any little bit counts, any little bit matters, and I appreciate it so much. I always put the links down below in the description so that you can donate. And also, I am slowly monetizing my channel. I'm getting there. I actually just got approved to monetize my channel, but I haven't made any money yet, because I guess I don't have, there's a certain algorithm. You have to have a certain amount of views and a certain amount of this and that for you to actually make money off YouTube. But the coolest feature is that hopefully I'll have the super chat feature up soon, and then you'll be able to donate as we do the readings, which will be really great. So I'm hoping to have that up next week, but if not, definitely when everything switches over in this program and this equipment that I'm setting up. I'm just working with YouTube on a lot of its technical stuff, and my own technical awareness is growing because of this. I'm learning a lot, but it's taking me some time. So Thank you for being patient. Thank you for donating what you can. And thank you for coming to these readings every Sunday at 1:11 p.m. Central Time to connect with me and connect with Source as we feel into the energy of the week and prepare for what we are meant to experience. So I hope you had a wonderful day and a connection with this reading. I hope a lot of these messages resonated with you. Please feel free to rewatch this reading whenever you feel called to throughout the week, and send it to whoever you feel called to throughout the week as well that you feel needs these messages or may resonate with it. The more we build subscribers to this channel and views and shares, the more that this Web of Light community grows, and the more power we have to positively impact the world with our meditations, with our love, with our connections. A couple of other announcements. The Master Your Mindset event is on the 10th, next Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. If you haven't signed up for that free event, please do so with the link in the description. Also, I'll be going live throughout the week on the 7th for the full moon in Scorpio on Abundant Space. I'll also be going live for a live discussion with my business coach, Candy Wheeler, where she is hosting a female healer summit on her Instagram at Candy_Wheeler. And you can get all the information for that on my Instagram as well at Readings by Rissa. And then I also am announcing the next Channel and Chill event. Our next Channel and Chill event is going to be virtual, so online, accessible for everyone. And it's going to be on the third Thursday of every month from now on, which for this month will be May 21st from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That Channel and Chill event is $33 to join. So if you're interested in that, please let me know. I'll also start providing links to join and things in the description as well soon. So just keep that in mind, mark your calendars, and I'll provide more info on that too. Feel free to also email me, readingsbyrissa@gmail.com, for information on upcoming events and for one-on-one sessions if you're ever interested in having a personal reading with me. Maybe you want a past life reading with me, or a general reading, or an energy cleansing. And then finally, I do have a Starseed Facebook group that I have been posting in regularly for the last several weeks. And every Saturday, I go live on that Facebook group with a meditation for my Starseed friends where we connect to the cosmos. So if you're interested in being a part of that free Facebook group, private Facebook group online, then please message me as well, readingsbyrissa@gmail.com, or just find me at Readings by Rissa on Facebook, and I will make sure that I accept your request. And if you're interested in that group, just message me and I'll be able to link you up to that Facebook Starseed group. I think that's all of my announcements today. So another real quick review: stand your ground in the beginning of the week. Middle of the week, power card, where we're activating our power. End of the week, we're going to feel this guardian within us and outside of us, keeping us safe. The moon, we're going to feel the Queen of Water, our grace and intuition, and our power to purge energy that doesn't serve us and to reveal secrets and the truth. And then at the end, we're also going to really want to try to tap into the energy of Apophyllite. And even if you can't find this crystal, you can just meditate on the crystal by looking it up on your Google Images, or just reading more about the crystal and inviting the crystal to work through you in your life. All right. I love you so much. Thanks for joining. Thanks for staying on for so long today. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I'm loving all your comments. I'm loving all your love and support. And I will be seeing you next week, next Sunday, 1:11 p.m. Central Time, right here on my channel, Rissa Vibes channel. Make sure to go check out that channel that I posted for the Arcturian Council as well, and all the latest videos that I've been posting recently. There will be a new May meditation up soon also, so be on the lookout for that. Make sure you've subscribed to this channel if you haven't already, and make sure to tap the bell as well so that you receive notifications whenever I post a new reading or live chat. All right, I'll see you later.